Okay, we're with you on the mic. Australia and took control of that game, 14-3, while USA defeated England 22 in the semifinal. And now, as you'll see on the field, the teams are marching out for the traditional pre-game ceremony. Players will be introduced, and then each team will have an opportunity to sing or listen to their national anthem. Our officials for today's match and the final is Yumi Yukio from Japan, Annika Allenhan from Germany, and Ake Hubner from Germany. Backup officials, Rochelle Cox. Also, the technical delegates are Ann Kingston and Rala Heinen. Ann is from Australia and Rala from USA. So Shelley Marr is going to be co-commentating with me here. She will give you the Canadian team roster when they are called, and I will give you the USA team roster.
All right, so let's begin with the Canadian team. Number 1, Cameron Helsel. Number 2, Selena Lasota. Number 4, Megan Kinner. Number 6, Aurora Cordingley. Number 7, Jocelyn LeMay. Number 8, Danita Stroop. Number 10, Sabrina Tattlesfield. Number 11, Erica Evans. Number 12, Emily Gillingham. Number 14, Brenna Shanahan. Number 15, Kennedy Milburn. Number 16, Lydia Sutton. Number 17, Tessa Chad. Number 18, Avery Hogarth. Number 19, Kenzie Neal. Number 20, Holly Lloyd. Number 28, Bailey Collins. And number 31, Bryn Yarrington. With head coach Scott Teeter, assistant coach Scott Tucker, assistant coach Tammy Rayner, assistant coach Alison Daly, assistant coach Carly Quinn, athletic therapist Jennifer Bell, and medical practitioner Jennifer Teeter. Introducing Team USA, number 1, Jackie Gilbert, number 2, Nikki Ortega, number 4, Claire Quinn, number 5, Samantha Giacoloni, number 6, Natalie Bolger, number 7, Tess Diorsi, number 8, Miranda Ibello, number 9, Sarah Platt, number 10, Mallory Weiss, number 11, Brindy Griffin, number 12, Lindsay Ronbeck, number 13, Erin Kelly, number 14, Chloe Jones, number 15, Hannah Proctor, number 17, Olivia Ferrucci, number 19, Kerrigan Miller, number 20, Andy Eldave, and number 24, Francesca Whitehurst. With head coach Kim Simons, assistant coach Wendy Crydell, assistant coach Bowen Holden, assistant coach Michelle DeJulius, manager Sarah Aschenbach, physiotherapist BJ Urcolino, and medical practitioner Mark Peluso. You'll see now that the teams are ready to hear their national anthems. So all of the spectators here who are now rugged up with coats and hoods on as the rain has started to make its way here.
Now we'll have the anthem for the United States of America. And this is Feffy Barnhill bringing you the final. I've been a coach of the U.S. team. I've coached Scotland. I've coached the Japanese team, and in 1989 had the fortune of working with. This is Feffy Barnhill bringing you the final. Had a chance to work with the USA national team in 1989, winning a gold medal in Perth, Australia. We'd like to thank University of Edinburgh for hosting this event. They've been fabulous with great accommodation and meals. And also we are using their fields here at Peppermill. And also this event is sponsored by Rathbones Investment Agent and UK Lacrosse, who's donated balls and goal cage. Captains are now meeting with the umpires in the middle of the field. And in 2 minutes we will begin play. So I'll introduce my co-commentator, Miss Shelley Marr.
Feffy, thanks.
Good variety in their settled plays. I'd say Canada uses one play primarily, and I'm surprised that other teams hadn't figured it out, but I'm sure USA has seen tape of this high-powered offense. It's very structured for Canada. They have two girls that are extremely good at feeding, and they actually are leading the entire tournament. Holly Lloyd, number 20, with 17 assists, and number 19, Mackenzie Neal, with 14 assists. Our first draw is made, and USA has gained possession. We'll do our best to get all the names in each time. Sometimes we'll abbreviate with just a number as the game moves so quickly. The worst of that shower looks like it's calmed down a little bit, so we can now see the field, although I believe the camera is slightly wet on the screen. But hopefully this will just be a few-minute blast and we'll go on. Players don't mind, they're playing in the rain.
Absolutely, Feffy. Provided that we do not have any thunder or lightning, then we are able to continue play. So Canada getting that first save with goalie Cameron Halsall. She's had an outstanding tournament. You'll see a lefty goalkeeper, and she's going to take her time here. There's no need to try and get off a pass too quickly. You can see that there's all of the players are marking up on each other, so there's not a lot of room for a pass at this point in time. But once she's been in her goalkeeper's cage for 10 seconds, she does need to step out, and that's clearly what she's done. So she's just looking for the free player who has enough room to safely receive the ball. So some good marking up there by USA, and the Canadians having to work hard.
Yeah, USA in their previous games played a midfield zone trap, and here they're starting out in the game in a very tight man-to-man. Probably, again, because they're trying to show a different look, but everyone is very close to their player, preventing the goalkeeper an easy pass. Now the Canadians are on attack with the break. That is number 10, Sabrina Tattersfield from Canada. Oh, excuse me, that was 20, Holly Lloyd. She is one of the expert feeders from the back. She's a righty, and a great play by the keeper. Okay, that was the goalkeeper. Number 5, Samantha. She was in and out of the crease in possession of the ball, so it goes back to Canada. Okay, keeper is going to be a key role in this. Samantha is very much a out of the crease goalkeeper, and she is starting here in the first half. There are two keepers for the USA, Mallory Weiss being the other, whereas Canada has only one goalkeeper, Cameron Halsall. Another interception. That's going to be a key play, how that goalie intercepts.
All right, so now it gives the opportunity for US to move into attack. Certainly some nice intercepting work by G. Coloni for the US. And trying to make some space. US now driving into the center of the field. Number 24 there, Francesca Whitehurst. And she's going to carry possession and passing the ball behind. So the US are looking for the opportunity. And again, number 8 moving in. We have no foul called, so the ball has been taken by the goalkeeper. She has 10 seconds, as we said, to clear, and she moves that out fairly quickly to Megan Kinner. So Kinner's taking the ball down, and she's been doing quite a lot of transition work for Canada over the last 10 days. So Canada just making some adjustments, allowing Selena Lasota to come down. One of the driving forces for Canada, Selena Lasota. Moving the ball now, back to Kenzie Neal. We're coming back up to Erica Evans. One of several lefties on the Canadian team. With Lydia Sutton back to Evans, now back down there to Neal. So you'll see these three players particularly have a lot of possession. Moving the ball to Lasota, a couple of magnificent dodges, and the ball's hit the pipe. And ball still going Canada. So Holly Lloyd moving back up to Lasota. You'll see a couple of magnificent dodges from her there. Back over to Erica Evans. Erica has 22 goals, 4 assists for this tournament. Up to Sutton. Sutton looking, passes off, and we have a free space being called. So Selena Lasota looking to get a free space call. A player has been in between herself and the goal and not within a stick and a half's distance. So she's going in, dumps the ball off, and it's Canada that's made the first goal of this gold medal game, being scored by number 20, Holly Lloyd, with the assist from number 2, Selena Lasota.
So instead of Selena taking the shot, she found her teammate lower to the cage, to the crease, who was able to command, fake the goalie, and score a goal. Selena Lasota has had 1 year of play at a university in America. None of the U.S. players have attended a university yet. They may be entering as freshmen, or they may be entering 1 or 2 years from now. You'll see that the Canadian team substitutes 1 player in and out from offense to defense, whereas the U.S. team chooses to substitute 3 midfielders at once, playing together as a unit. And now our rain has dropped down to a slight drizzle, and everybody can at least see the field. I hope that doesn't affect the footing of the field for the players. And for the draw there was Francesca Whitehurst, winning the draw to Olivia Ferrucci. It'll be USA ball on the attack.
Right, so you'll see that Ferrucci moving the ball quickly to Ortega, and she's going to settle the ball, moving behind goal. Then we've got 18 for the USA. Ball up to the top to Kerrigan Miller. Miller has possession. All right, and back again. All right, so ball's moving behind the cage here. A bit hard to see a number there. Number 12 for the USA, Lindsay Ronbeck. Some pressure being put behind by Team Canada. And again, number 8 for USA, Ibello, able to hold possession very successfully. Now moves the ball, coming up to the top, right in the centre there. Number 17, Olivia Ferrucci. She's finding the space and has made her way in. Some terrific stick work there by number 17, Olivia Ferrucci, scoring the US's first goal. And at 23 minutes and 50 seconds, the scoreline is 1 goal apiece.
After every goal, the player who scores the goal drops her stick. It is checked by the officials to be sure we have a legal pocket. And we're going to see a replay of that goal. Olivia Ferrucci was challenging from the top, made a great shot with a high release to a low passing over the goal. Here it is, number 17 going in lefty. Quick high release to a low shot. She drops her stick, the official checks to be sure it's a legal pocket, and the goal counts. We're at 1-1 with 22 minutes. Draw is on the ground, and look like a lot of white sticks, but no possession. There we go, number 8 for Canada. That's Deonte Strupp has come up with the ball. Going back around her defense. Let's see if US is still in their man-to-man. They are in their man-to-man. Now they're not playing their zone trap press. USA will most likely play a man-to-man defense. You will find, however, that Canada usually plays a zone. So again, these are tendencies from the first 5 games that we've had a chance to see. That's a great check and a tear it over. Pass downfield, USA on the break. This is what they're so good at. That's Lindsay Ronbeck with the ball, looking around, going left, shoot, and score! Lindsay Ronbeck with the goal. She leads Team USA with 22 goals and 8 assists. She's had some 5-goal games. Previous to this, 3 times she's been in the 5-goal game situation. And here's our replay. Great change of hands, right to left, challenging in, and a great shot on knee height level. And now we'll see this from behind the goal as well. Quick change direction, a dodge, and a shot. Actually, that was lower to the corner than I saw initially. So we have a 2-1 score, and now Shelley will bring us the next draw.
All right, so you'll see that the umpire has set the ball up. In between the 2 sticks, those 2 centres have to hold steady without moving, and we have possession to number 24 for USA, Francesca Whitehurst. She moves that ball to Nikki Ortega, and US have again been able to get possession out of the centre. Back to Ortega, and she has essentially a one-on-one there with the goalkeeper. She's able to easily move the ball around and place it on the ground, and scored for the USA their 3rd goal. So Nikki Ortega getting her 1st goal of this gold medal game for the USA, giving them a 3-goals-to-1 lead. And we'll see on the replay here, she took a quick dodge and realised the opportunity, and just with great control found where the space was on the goalie. All right, so we have a timeout being called by Team Canada, and Scott Teeter deciding that at 3-1 he needs to be able to give his team some information. Perhaps some adjustments being made on the field, just gives them a chance to settle, have some conversation. You can see that as a huddle, he's speaking to the whole of his team. And USA also receiving instruction there from head coach Kim Simon or any of their other coaches. So we're getting some spectator involvement here, some loud cheering, and at least, Feffy, we've had the rain settle now. So we hope that for the remainder of these 2 30-minute halves that the conditions remain as they are. Great grass pitch here, been so well prepared and curated by Peppermill staff over the past 10 days, so certainly it hasn't affected the field in any way.
No, we've had a lot of quality rain at night, and luckily by game time the fields have dried off. The groundsman here, Collins, is extremely one of the most amazing gentlemen I've seen in the way he's been able to stripe the grounds and keep them in great condition. They repainted them again from between each of the matches today. We've also had a lot of games on a AstroTurf field, which has saved the pitch. But we're really pleased as an organizing committee as to how well this pitch is played with just 2 matches a day on it for all the rain that we have actually had. I think there have been only 2 days where it did not rain since we started this event. So it's wearing quite well.
And just giving a quick recap for those who may not have been able to view our previous 2 games today. In the 3rd versus 4th, England were able to capture the bronze medal, and in 5 versus 6, New Zealand were able to defeat Japan in overtime. So congratulations to both Team New Zealand and Team England for their bronze medal, and for 5th respectively for New Zealand, and to the Australian team for 4th and Japan. So now we're back to the centre draw, and ball being pushed out to the US side, however coming back to the stick of Selena Lasota, and she's finding Evans, and there was a shot taken, and Samantha G. Poloni, great work there. Now USA have the opportunity to take the ball up. Some nice defense by Evans, but number 19 for USA, Kerrigan Miller, able to find some room. Right, conditions are still a little bit slippery out here, and the ball is being called USA. We have an empty cross there. So, or perhaps it was a check onto the arm. So, number 20, Andy Eldave has the ball. moved. And with these conditions now, that ball is going to pretty much skim across the grass. So we have possession now with Canada. Player coming in 4 metres. And in fact, number 12 needing only to be 1 metre away. And looking to see where that pass will go. And it is to goalie, Cameron Halsall.
Yes, and that was a nice clear. USA got a little out of position, didn't get to keep their player to player. That's a great check from behind for Olivia. Loose ball. Oh, super save. That's really ignited the crowd here, and that's exactly what Sam is known for, her 101. We have a push out of bounds by number 14 from Canada. That's Brenda Shanahan. Here's the replay of that push on the sideline. You may not push a player out of bounds, and that was rather a violent foul. We'll see if that doesn't draw a card the next time. And now player 6, Natalie Bulger, has cleared the ball. She's one of USA's best defender. They're settling the ball behind. Oh, there's our first slip of the game. Got a feeling, yep. In that timeout, Canada has gone back to their zone with pressure behind. Mishandled pass, though, is a turnover. So we'll see Canada come back out. So they started the game in their player-to-player, but quickly they have, with the timeout, gone back to their zone with pressure behind. And they've been very successful at that with most teams. But in the first match, USA scored 15 goals against that zone. So we'll see if the USA is ready to handle it again.
So Megan Kinner taking the ball there. She's been one of their major transition players and moving the ball back up to Lesotho. So Lesotho just getting some control. Back to Lloyd, back to Lesotho. You see that Lesotho's looking to find an opportunity, but quite patient. Up to Lydia Sutton. Lydia's played in the 2013 Canadian senior team, so very experienced at this level. To Erica Evans, their number 1 goal scorer, coming back up to Sutton. And Sutton taking it on. And Sutton scoring Canada's second goal. Having a little look in a minute or two at this replay, that Sutton has taken the ball from the top of goal, and as a lefty, she's always looking to drive on that side. So this time now you'll see that she dodges and actually changes hands and scores, and making sure that she did not make any contact with that goal circle. So importantly for Canada, they're able to get back onto the scoreboard, and the score is 2-3 Canada.
Yeah, right after that shot, Shelley, she actually stepped on a USA foot and rolled her ankle, so she's got a little bit of a limp going right now, but I don't think it's anything major. She walked it off. After some great saves by the US keeper, though, the defense did the one thing they can't do, which is allow Lydia Sutton to penetrate the middle. And that's going to be the way that Canada scores most frequently. It's the way they've scored the majority. And now we have the speed of number 11. A great check from behind. That's the umpire from Japan indicating a foul. Shooting the 11-meter shot. Be number 11, Erica Evans. Currently a timeout for getting players in position. And Erica leads her team in goal scoring. She has 22 goals and 4 assists. She's very good at the driving in over the, in from the center as a lefty. And that's her co-teammate 16. The two of them have been the top scorers in this match.
And the ball now moving out behind the goal cage, and some contesting. Again, conditions quite slippery, so a little bit harder to get that ball into the stick. But we've had a call made. The ball will be kept by Jackie Gilbert, number 1 for the USA. We had an on-the-body call. So Selena Lesotho 4 metres behind, and the goalie getting a very quick clear, wanting now for Team USA to work the ball up the field. Looking for some long passes, and under these conditions, just making sure that they have plenty of space. But Team USA now a little bit more prepared to be settled, seeing if they can find that free player, and they've done that very successfully. So the ball now being held by Chloe Jones, number 14 for Team USA.
For sure, Canada's back in their zone. You can see them popping off of. There are two that USA players, 7 and 11, are posting in the middle, and then they're popping out. And it looks like the Canadian players are switching as those players are moving in and out, so they're playing territory of the field. I think Canada's got to watch for 3 seconds. There's a couple players just sort of hanging and not marking, which has been one of the problems with this zone. When they get a little bit lazy, that's what's coming. We're having our second strong release of moisture from the air, another horizontal rain, as it happens here in Scotland frequently. And yet over to the west, I can see some blue skies. So let's hope this one comes and goes quickly. Oh, feed inside, wasn't able to be handled. And coming out with the ball there is Erica Evans. She is a powerful midfielder for the Canadian team, a natural lefty. She loves to drive to her strong side, and she's been very successful against many teams with that motion.
And you can see that Evans is dominant at both ends. And we have a major foul being called. We have body contact to number 11, Erica Evans. So she will take a position on the 11-meter arc. That area will be completely cleared. And the offending player, number 9 for USA, Sarah Platt, has been put 4 meters behind. Let's see what Evans decides to do. And she shoots towards the goalie's feet, and successfully Samantha Giacoloni was able to save that ball. So giving USA the ability now to move down. We had a little loss of possession there, but USA were able to recover. The conditions are quite tough, and there's not many girls out there wearing gloves, so just even holding the stick and being able to, under pressure, conditions are quite cold. So Feffy, USA now taking a little bit of a settled approach here.
Yeah, it looks like they're running an offense which is built on taking some time off the clock and being patient, looking for an exchange within the middle that is not covered correctly by the Canadians. So this is sort of a pop-in, pop-out type play. They're pressuring outside. Tess coming in, she's a natural lefty. So our score was 3-2, still 14:55 remaining. It's a very tense game that you feel the pressure among the parents, and every call seems to have a comment. And certainly the stands are waiting to burst with anything great that happens. I think caution is the biggest thing. It's like all this pressure, don't drop the ball. So let's just let them play, and I think they'll find more success with less structure. And that was a feed that was off. Lindsay Ronbach wisely bringing the ball out, still under pressure, gone behind the cage. USA looks disorganized right now. That would be my major thought, is they're not sure what offense they're running.
Well, and I think, Feffy, that with some good defense by Canada, they're making it tough. The Canadian team are sliding. They're giving the second and the third slides. So playing in a zone, they're having to cover a lot of space, and USA at this point in time really aren't able to expose it. However, so we've got an opportunity, but those conditions now mean that both teams have to pay strong attention to their footing and how they pass the ball. So both teams will have to make some adjustments. And number 4 for Canada, Megan Kinner, is looking to pass the ball off, and again that ball is quite slippery, and the Canadian Kenzie Meal wanted to get a shot off quickly, and goalkeeper was able to take it. Now moving the ball back down the field is number 24 for USA, Francesca Whitehurst, and you'll notice on a number of occasions she's actually moving the ball and taking it all the way around behind cage herself. So number 2, Nikki Ortega, finding a driver to goal, and we have a foul being called. That is a push there on number 14, Brenna Shanahan. So we have a situation similarly to the other end where that 11-meter marking area will be cleared. And that is a phenomenal shot there by number 14 for USA, Chloe Jones. Chloe finding the top left-hand corner, one of the most difficult places in the cage for the goalie to cover, even though she is a left-handed goalie.
And we have timeout now by the U.S. Score being 4-2. We're going to take a replay of that 11-meter shot on cage. Notice how she goes across the center of the field on a diagonal. Goalkeeper's not moving, so that opens up her high corner. Goalies have to take a step if the shooter is running on a diagonal toward them. So great view here from behind the cage. Watch how she gets to the middle of the field before her shot is taken. And that's a great release there by number 14, Chloe Jones.
So at this point in time, we have 12 minutes and 51 seconds left in this first half, and the USA have a 4-2 goal lead. Feffy, we're not anticipating that this is going to necessarily be a high-scoring game simply because of the conditions, and we've seen already that players have been slipping a little bit, and even though the groundsmen have worked fairly hard, you can see now in front of goal that where the goalkeeper is standing and particularly in close to the circle, that it's being a little worn.
Yeah, we can definitely, the last quick two showers we've had have shown the footing. And it's hadn't rained up to this point, but there have already been 2 games on this pitch. So I think that really is as much a part of the reason that we're having footing issues. I want to just remind you, we're here in Edinburgh, Scotland. We're being hosted by the University of Edinburgh, staying in their dormitories. Not just the 14 teams here, but we also had 18 teams in the festival, and those young ladies had an opportunity to stay in those college dorms. And we're down now at the Peppermill Fields. They are the athletic complex of fields for the University of Edinburgh. This is the prime pitch where soccer is and rugby is played, as well as their men's and women's lacrosse, but it's been put to sleep for a month before we got here, as the groundsman wanted to be sure that it was perfect. Draws out, it's on the ground, flipped in the air, still on the ground. And looks like it's going to, checked out, still available. That's one of the longest on the grounds I've seen. Selena comes up with it.
Absolutely, and finally Selena Lesotho was able to pick that ball. Pretty much it moved along the ground from the center circle just over the restraining line. So now back in possession with Lesotho, up to Sutton. These 2 players certainly accustomed over the last 10 days, playing a lot of lacrosse with each other. Moving the ball up to Lesotho, back to Sutton, over here to Erica Evans. Moving the ball back up to left-handed Lydia Sutton. It's been one of the major goal scorers for Canada. Lesotho back over to Danita Stroop. And Stroop had a tremendous game in the semi-final. Scoring to Erica Evans and really taking that shot off her shoulder. And we know that the player bringing the ball back in is the closest to where the ball has crossed the line. So that goes to Kenzie Neal, number 19. Kenzie has 14 assists, so does a lot of work definitely behind the cage. Up to Sutton, moving now over to Lesotho. And Lesotho looking in before she passing the ball off. And Kenzie Neal's coming in and was looking to drop the ball over, but wasn't successful, and we've got an on-the-arm call there on number 17 for the USA, Levi Ferrucci. So Ferrucci will be 4 meters behind, and Kenzie Neal has possession. Back to number 14, Brenna Shanahan, up to Evans. She's looking, she finds either Sutton or Lesotho's out to her left as well. So some playing back and forth, back down now to Kenzie Neal. Back up to Lydia Sutton. Lydia Sutton finds Lesotho. Lesotho's phenomenal stick and takes the shot just inside the 11-meter area. And phenomenal control of her stick and really knowing where the goalkeeper is not. So at 10 minutes 39 in this first half, we have Canada's 3rd goal scored by Lesotho, Selena Lesotho, and you'll see the replay here. She steps just inside the 11-meter and finds the top right-hand corner at the goalkeeper's cage.
Yes, this young lady, Selena Lasorda, comes from the west of Canada, has played mostly box lacrosse, and actually hadn't played field lacrosse when she arrived at an American university last year. But she has a release of a guy. She knows how to put the power in that stick, shoots off the side of her shoulder, and has a rocket shot. She's also taking the draw, has done most of the draws for Canada. Right now, she seems to be losing them in direction, and it's been Francesca Whitehurst who's been winning most of the draws. Still a loose ball here, and as they put their arms on the Canadian player, that is a foul. American parents are not pleased, but they need to know the rules. Long pass out of bounds there. That'll be a turnover on Canada's Kenzie Neal. She is usually stands behind the goal and is our left-handed feeder. So the ball will go to number 9 of USA, Sarah Platt. Moving the ball back and around. And US now patiently bringing the ball down. You see Canada is playing a trap zone midfield defense, and they're dropping back into a zone defense. So they're trying to get to double on the ball. USA has to be patient and not try to force it through the middle like that, where it was checked. And from this angle, we were unable to see if there was body to stick contact, but the officials are right there over it. We have 2 German officials with us today, Annika and Ake from Germany, and we have Yukimi from Japan. And looks like, Shelley, our 3rd horizontal rain blast is coming. This one I don't see any hail in yet, but very, very tough conditions here.
And you'll see that there was a push there by number 8 for Canada, Danita Stroop. So the ball is going Team USA way. Number 17, Olivia Ferrucci, she will take the ball. These conditions are very tough, so, you know, the girls are looking to really keep their passes fairly short. And we had a loss of possession by Canada previously, just in trying to move the ball with too much distance. So now the USA have the ball moving around the top of the 15-metre area. They're trying to find some space if it's there, but they recognise these conditions are not great to try and force the ball. So that was a nice recovery there by number 20, Andy Eldave. So again, the Canadians putting some fairly strong defence on here and making sure that there's not an opportunity. So ball being held by number 12, Lindsay Ronbeck, moving it on now, coming back over to 19, Kerrigan Miller, to 17, Olivia Ferrucci, and she'll carry the ball around, trying to see. There was nothing on offer, so it's to Nikki Ortega. And you'll see there that the ball is just not sticking in the stick, and so the players are absolutely having to concentrate just to be able to catch the ball.
Well, what's interesting about this rain, it started from the left side of our field, then it came straight at us, and this storm is coming from the right. So maybe this would be the end of it. It's circling out of here, because I do see some brighter sky, and I hope a rainbow will come soon and give us some dry weather. So USA doesn't seem very organized. They're just sort of content to hold, and there was a mistake with the feed inside. Goalie ball will be in the possession of Canada out at the 8-meter, and they'll be starting their attack into the horizontal rain. Goalkeeper almost lost it there. Let's see if USA marks man-to-man, or, and I see what's happening here. USA is not picking up the player who's coming off the field and back on, and that was the long clear that the goalie had last time. This time US has made a sub, and they've picked it up, and our middies are now covering back on defense for US.
So there is still really putting pressure on Team Canada to be able to move that ball forward. So the Canadians are having to have a little bit of patience. And now we see number 18, Avery Hogarth, and she's steady there. There was an advantage call. We had a push from number 12. So Hogarth sees that there's certainly room for her. She'll hold possession. There's no need to pass the ball unless you're being pressured. So for her, moving the ball back up to Erica Evans. back down there to Kenzie Neal. As we've said, she's one of the major feeders. And up the top to Sutton, watching Lesotho wanting to drive in from that top. Back to Evans. Evans having some good pressure placed on her and not able to find any space. So moving the ball to Sutton. Sutton looking again, trying to find an opportunity, but decides to be patient. Back to Evans. These couple players. And we've got Evans has found some room and moving in. And you'll see that number 20 from Canada, Holly Lloyd, was closest to the ball where it crossed the line. So she'll bring the ball back into play. And the goalie, in fact, was out of her cage. So she'll just be moved back out to where she was when the whistle went by the umpire. Up to Lesotho. Lesotho will look. If she can find an opportunity to sneak in, she'll take it. But she's now with a double team there. USA recognising the strength of this player. But very strong with her stick, and she will carry that ball to Sutton. Sutton down there to Lloyd. Lloyd looking, back up to Sutton. Sutton recovering, back to Lloyd. Now carrying the ball right up to the top, and you'll see that this play that Lesotho sits out there and looking, that's really the space, Feffy, we've seen her take all tournament.
That's right, and this is what Canada has been doing and been very successfully against other teams. I'm pleased to say that the U.S. coaches, obviously having seen this Canadian offense before, got a reason. They're actually playing what's called a backer zone. Player number 13, that's Erin Kelly, is not actually playing a player. She's doubling on the ball or preparing to. And we have a foul recognized by an umpire. It will be Lesotho with the ball on the 11 meter. It was a shooting space call. A player was positioned closer to the goal, not playing the ball. We'll see what Lesotho's choice. One she passed and one she shot. So let's see what her choice is. It is a pass and a goal. Assist to number 2, goal to number 20. And that's Holly Lloyd. She has 8 goals in this tournament and 17 assists. That's 2 goals for her today, both of them coming off of a feed from Lesotho on an 11-meter shot.
So clearly, Feffy, the teamwork between Holly Lloyd and Lesotho. I mean, Lesotho sees there just a little nod of the head and very quick hands. The goalie's playing out and she moves around and places the ball with great control. So now with 3 minutes 45 seconds to go, we have a tied game. We are at 4-4. Tremendous for women's lacrosse. We've had 3 really exciting games today. The first one, an overtime win to New Zealand. The second, a 1-goal game to England. So at this point, 3 minutes 45 seconds to go in this first half, we have a 4-4 game.
And that's exactly what I expected. I expected that USA would at its second half take off, but at first I think it would got to be a game of wits and control. And once Canada has changed their defense back to their zone, they have been dominant. And USA has done a great job of holding in off the runs of both Lydia Sutton and Erica Evans from the top, because they have actually done what we would call a backer zone. One player is backing up the ball from the one-on-one pressure. That leaves a Canadian player free on the opposite diagonal corner, and USA has to zone 2-on-1, but with an active goalkeeper, that's very possible. So little patience showing there by the keeper. Up one side to draw 2 Canadians, and now we're looking to go longer across the line, and it is great reactions there by Francesca Whitehurst. And now US in attack, but no, they throw it over. They cannot allow the pressure of Canadians midfield to cause simple mistakes. So with 2 minutes and 31 seconds remaining, it's now Canada's ball in the attack. They're very excited to cause those turnovers, and it is very depressing as an attacker to not get a chance to play the ball. So you'll see the USA, though, also pressuring the keeper and pressuring the Canadian players, bringing it out.
So really there's some good pressure by the Canadian defense, because, USA were looking quite desperate to move that ball into offense, and now we see that 31 for Canada, that's Bryn Yarrington, and this is Bryn's second under-19 world event. She played in 2011 in Hanover, so one of the senior players. With Kenzie Neal now, we've got a double team, and the US defence working hard over there, but unable to get possession. We've got a call of an on the body from, it looks like player, a little bit hard to see, perhaps number 1, Jackie Gilbert. So you'll see ball coming back up to Lesotho and out to Sutton. We've heard these girls' names mentioned throughout the tournament. A lot of possession, a lot of pizzazz, and we're finding that back up to Evans, back out there to number 15, Kennedy Milburn. Milburn hasn't had a lot of possession in this game to date, but trying to get more involved, and you see a great run there by Evans and able to recover the ball herself. So their desire for the ball is strong, and Canada still have the ball now with just over a minute. So Evans looking to find an opportunity. If she can take a one-on-one, she will. And we have a whistle here. We have a yellow card being issued to number 6 for USA. That is Natalie Bolger. She has made contact with the head, and whether that's accidental or not, that is an automatic yellow card. So Team USA will now play 2 minutes short. That will be this 59 seconds worth of this first half and a minute and a second into the second half. So Evans back to Milburn, down to Neal. Kenzie Neal finding now Lloyd, and we're moving it back up. So Canada no doubt have a plan in place to Sutton, back over to Evans, and back down to Neal. You'll see that the Canadian attackers are playing very, very wide, and US have chosen, because they are a player down, not to push the ball. They're playing in a zone, and we've got a call of free space. So Lesotho wanting to take advantage of the USA playing a zone to try and stop that penetration.
Yeah, it was Jackie Gilbert down on the crease. She needs to step out of the 11 meter area in order to clear that space. And Lesotho rips a shot high. That will give Canada the lead in this match with 19 seconds remaining in the first half. Okay, and we are 19 seconds remaining in half. That free space to goal is a critical call, and certainly Selena Risotto will fire it up. So we're going to see it again. Look at the release off her shoulder, carrying it low, and the keeper was not ready for that high shot. USA is still playing down for the remainder of the half. We have 19 seconds left. They're down a player, and they will come into the second half also for just less than a minute, down a player. So draw has been taken. USA get possession of the ball. There certainly is time, and 16 seconds to get a goal off. Officials moving the players away from the ball. And there's a long pass to Nikki Ortego. She handles it, and the save is made. What a great save by the keeper. She had a teammate. I think I would have looked to the pass. And obviously now the Canadian goalkeeper will hold the ball for the remainder of the half. So we're going to have some reviews of the goals before we pass the mic over. We have an interview coming up at halftime with the